Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies about that. We've hit some technical problems there. Power issues here on the Alpha Live production live stream. We are now back with you. So very sorry for that, but we're now here to give you full and hopefully uninterrupted coverage of the remainder of this, the British 24 hours kart race here at Teesside Autodrome. My name's Howard Mitchell, currently on comms duty. And Andrew Mather, my commentary pal and colleague, will be back to join me shortly, and we will take you through to the end of the race. You've also heard contributions from Tom Butterworth in the small hours. Tom giving Andrew and myself a nice break. But we are now in the final quarter of this race, the final 24-hour karting series event of the year. They also have the Le Mans 24 hours. That's the karting incarnation version of that event, not the arguably slightly more well-known Le Mans 24 hours. And they also have the Isle of Man 24 hours. This is also the 7th round of 11 of the 2017 British Pro Kart Endurance Championship. If you're interested in any of those, get Googling, but it's essentially 24hourkarting.co.uk and bpeckarting.co.uk. We are Alpha Live, and gradually producer Luke is looking less stressed as the stream comes back to life. Check us out at facebook.com/Alpha Live Production. Myself and Andrew, two commentators with you now until the end of the race. We are ARM Motorsport Media. Check us out at facebook.com/ARM Motorsport Media. MS Soco Select, your pole sitters and holders of fastest lap, are currently at the front of the field. But if you think that they've just had a dominant run of it at the front so far, then you have been in some kind of alternative reality or not following the race, because it has been a very hard-fought battle back up to the front for MS Soco Select. Kept the pace up. Q Racing, your current second-place runners, have led the greatest proportion of this race. The number 49 Modave PPS kart have pitted from 18th place. And we've also just had a pit stop for the number 33 BTM Racing UK, which is why on the timing screens, which you yourself can access at live.alphatiming.co.uk/Teesside, which incidentally, if we do have any more problems on the live stream, is going throughout. These are completely separate, so if one does run into trouble, the other one can compensate. The Thundercats and Race 4 Ruben have just got past BTM Racing UK, but that is because of a pit stop. Skotech Racing, the number 34 kart, have pitted from 41st place as well, and the 101 of YMSV Crash Team Racing, as well as the 81 of Black Art Customs, are also in the pits. Blue Speed Racing, one of the teams in the Clubman class who have run into one or two issues along the way, they're in the pits at the moment. Offline 3, difficult couple, 2.5, getting on for 3 hours now for them. They've had a series of technical gremlins. They're still in the pit lane trying to deal with those. Dads and Lads, the number 64, and Banshee Racing, the number 39, are also back in the pits. Those teams have both had very difficult, challenging races. But it wouldn't attract so many people if it were easy. Those two karts currently parked up in the pit lane. I'm going to post this comment that Craig posted on Facebook quite a while ago, now that the stream's back on. Support for the number 22 Sporting Force and Mission Motorsport team. They're currently running... this is one of our higher kart class runners. They're currently running 58th position overall. They are just 10 seconds ahead of the number 61 Shy and Tall Knights in 59th position. Yeah, we put the and in now, Ian. It's better than what we were doing. Last night we were calling them the Bashful Lanky Knights to try and just anything, not to say the actual thing on air. As UCK Motorsport, the 103 kart, pulls into the pit lane. And also race leaders are in. The 443 from the head of the field, MS Soco Select, pulls into the pit lane. This is their 15th stop of the race, and it will probably see the lead gap go down from 2 laps down to 1 again. Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
So there you go, folks. We're now the two of us back, and the stream is back. So glad we can be with you with 4 hours and 25 minutes just short of to go.
Do we do a update? Bottom of the hour update?
Yes, let's do an update indeed. So, MS Soko Select, your leaders are currently in the pits for their 15th stop. And Q Racing, the number 330, they're currently showing on the time screens as just 2 laps down. But this will probably go to 1 lap down after the pit stop. And indeed, MS Soko Select have just emerged from the pit. So our leaders have 852 laps in the book, even with the stoppage time for the red flag overnight and the rain that we had yesterday. We would still expect them to get past the 1,000 lap mark and certainly past the 2,000 kilometre mark. Actually, we must work out, actually, are we already past the 2,000 kilometre mark? That's a quick amount of maths. 852 times, I'm going to very quickly do that math, sorry folks. 852. Yeah, we've all, no, we're a couple of 100 kilometres off of that. But anyway, we've already gone well over 1,700 kilometres in this race. MS Soko Select, your leaders, now 1 lap ahead after that pit stop of the 330 Q Racing Kart in 2nd place. 3rd place, they've been running strongly in 3rd place for a while now. The MS Lucas Racing sort of having a quiet race of it, really. They're 2 laps behind Q Racing, but 3 laps ahead of the 4th place kart. So just keeping the pace good there at MS Lucas Racing. Jack Dex Racing, the number 74, currently leads what has been a really thrilling clubman class field. 4th place overall. And DWS, the number 58 kart, are in 5th place, just 57 seconds back from JDR. Team Keen, who have been at the sharp end of the clubman class throughout the race, the 115 kart, are in 6th place, 7th place overall. We find the 4th place kart in Pro Class, MSJSR, the 211. Although, if you're at the track, bear in mind they're actually running around with the number 111 on their kart. So there are 2 karts running around with the 111 number, but one is the owner kart class and one is in the hire kart class. So you can tell them apart by the shape of the kart. Offline 1, the 770, the highest place to the offline efforts, as one would most likely expect. And there's just been a change as I'm saying that. So MSJSR have just got past Team Keen, and I believe that is a legitimate on-track overtake there, because I didn't see either of them in the pits. So MSJSR have just moved up to 6th place, as I was saying it, and 7th place is the 115 Team Keen. 8th place is the 770 of Offline 1, and then in 9th place, and in going from 8th place to 9th place, we jump across one of the biggest gaps in the entire field, a gap of 13 laps between Offline 1 in 8th place and the Cosley Cougars, your rookie class leaders, the number 69 in 9th place. So you've got that sort of main lead pack, if you will, down to 8th place, and then we move to another sort of group of these karts. As I say, Cosley Cougars in 9th place. 10th place is the 110 Giant Hornets Racing, one-time leader of the rookie class, and still only a lap behind the Cosley Cougars, so it still could all change there. 11th place is the number 777 Offline 2 kart. That's the clubman class entry from the offline trio of teams. 12th place is the 188 Wild Card Racing. And then in 13th place, still going strong, is the 222 Canterbury College entry. Then we get to our leader in the hire kart class. A good 45 karts in this class. It's by far and away the most popular class. 14th place overall, the 120 SG Pet Sprinters, where they've led that class for a long portion of this race. Team Belgium, one of our Belgian teams who have come across following their enjoyment of the Spa 24 Hours, the previous round of the British Pro Kart Endurance Championship. Team Belgium, the number 79 kart, 15th overall at present. Kart Events Belgium, the number 66, currently 16th place, and 2nd place in the hire karts class. 3rd place in the hire karts class, 17th overall, is the number 57 of Harry's Carriers, and that's something to keep an eye on, because the 2nd place battle in hire kart is just 2 seconds apart last time across the line. So if you're looking out for the 66 Kart Events Belgium or the 57 Harry's Carriers, definitely get onto live.alphatiming.co.uk/Teesside and click on their numbers next to them and follow their dots around the track map and try and spot them out on the stream. Last minute, Kart 83 is 4th in the hire kart class and 18th overall. The 23 of Monday nights is 19th overall and 5th in the hire kart class. Northampton Maidens, the all-female team, the number 35, round out the top 20. All karts I mentioned now, unless otherwise stated, are hire kart class. Modave PPS are in 21st place in the 49 kart and have just pulled into the pits. In fact, 22nd place, very impressed with this effort. The number 30 Sim Racing Club, group of computer gamers or sim racers turned real-world drivers, if you will, for the day. 23rd place is the number 48 Brawn Cocktails. 24th place, the sister team to the hire kart class leaders at the moment, SG Petch Fury, the SG Petch sister team, the 117. 25th place is the number 100 Eco Trailer team, and then in 26th place is the number 5 Cupid Stunts. Only half a minute, 32 seconds down the road from them. No, excuse me. 2 laps down from them is the EDKT team, the 85 in 27th place, and then only 30 seconds down the road from them is the highest placed of the Bonato effort, the trio of karts entered by them, the number 37 in 28th place overall currently. 29th place we find the 42 of LH Racing, and then rounding out the top 30 is one of our Irish entered karts, the number 46 DCU Karting. Thundercats, the number 15, occupies 31st place overall. And then it is the number 86 race for Ruben. They are just 16 seconds up the road from the 33rd placed 33 kart of BTM Racing UK. And Team White River, our other Irish entered kart, number 47, is in 34th place at present overall. 35th place is number 54 Rival Bones. 36th place we have one of our clubman runners working their way back up through the slower paced hire kart fields. Kart Force 2, highest placed of all the Kart Force efforts, although one would expect that, being as they are the only owner kart in the Kart Force arsenal. 37th place is the number 111 within the hire karts, Not Scared. 38th place is the 227 Piston Broke. In 39th place, with 770 laps completed, is Team Bonato 987, in ironically enough the 987 cars. UCK Motorsport, the 103, rounds out the top 40. In 41st place is Team 31, the CD31 squad. And then Aprilia Performance Racing, the number 77, are in 42nd place. In 43rd place, and currently in the pits, is the 1942 numbered kart, Clubman kart, this one working its way through the hire kart field of the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, so numbered to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the founding of the Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers. Swindon Karting 1, the number 67, are in 44th place. 45th place we find another Kart Force car, the Kart Force 3. Actually, they've just been overtaken, as I say that, for 45th place by the 96 Team Bonato Academy. So Kart Force 3, the 41 now down to 46th because of a pit stop they're having. YMSV Crash Team Racing, the 101 are in 47th. 48th is number 44 Kart Force 1. 49th place is the number 34 Skotec Racing, currently in the pits. And 50th place is the 65 Autosport Car. 51st is the 68 Swindon Karting 2. 52nd is the 81 Black Art Customs, also in the pit lane at present. 53rd place is the number 26 Mulby Warriors. 54th place is the number 40 Steel City Squad. 55th place is the number 99 Racing for Riley. Dandy's Barmy Army, the number 25, occupies 56th place. 57th place is the 61 Cheyenne Tall Knights. 58th place is the number 22 Sporting Force and Mission Motorsport. Offline 3, a lot of woes for them in the last 3 hours, a lot of technical gremlins, a lot of time spent in the pits, but I have to say they're back underway now and their pace looks good. The 717 kart, one of our rookie class karts, working their way back through the field. 59th place for them. In 60th place we have the 999 karting team, and in 61st place the 881 of Blue Speed Racing, another owner kart there, working their way back up after some issues. Zolt Bay Racing, the number 82, is in 62nd place. 63rd place is BBS BB, the number 12. And then we've got our 2 Clubman class karts, which really have not had the rub of the green at all this race. They've been beset by problems. Happy to say Dads and Lads are back out on track. The number 64 in 64th place. Still parked up in the pit lane, but not officially retired, is the number 39 of Banshee Racing, registered as 65th place.
Problems, I think, Howard, for the Modave PPS team. Whilst you're doing that update, the number 49 Kart came into the pits. They lost a position to the Sim Racing Club, and they've now lost another position, this time to the Brawn Cocktails. So that a prolonged pit stop there for the Modave PPS team. Don't know what the trouble is, but not good news for them. They are losing some laps. Here's the shot through the wiggles. You can see Julian Cliss there in the 48, the orange and red helmet, pounding round. Starting to come back through the field. Second place there, the kind of reddish pink coloured 330, pushing hard. And we are, well, we're only 15 minutes away from this point of the race that we've been talking about throughout the broadcast. That the first 20 laps, the first 20 hours, is about getting yourself through to the last 4 hours, and then you know what you're racing for. Well, I think we have pretty much reached that psychological point already, with teams now focusing on towards the end. There's your leader, just passing through shot, and the 881. Team Belgium still running out there. Sam Spinale at the wheel of that one. And they're 15th now, actually closing in on the class leader in higher. And should get them in the next lap or so. The owner carts at full chat tend to be 5 to 6 seconds quicker than the hires. Second place going back through again. It's not over this one by any stretch of the imagination. One problem for either of those carts could change things massively. This battle, though, in the clubman class, at the moment starting to go the way of Jack Dex Racing, who've in the second half really put on a good show. We were saying that DWS and Team Keen had pretty flawless runs through the first half of the race. Jack Dex Racing had some issues, especially early on during the rainstorm early in the race, but they have now got a 1 lap plus some seconds lead. That's why it could sometimes shows up as 2 laps when we're waiting for DWS to come round and complete a lap time. Do keep your comments coming in on the Facebook stream, produced by Alpha Live. Andrew Mather and Howard Mitchell in the commentary box for you from now till the end of the race. As the problems for are Modave back out on track? Yes, I think they are. But they've had a 16, is that right, I'm reading that? Yes, 16-minute lap. So they've lost the best part of 15 minutes. 15 minutes that they've lost there with that delay. .46 there coming through. They've had some adventures. You can clearly see by the state of that machine. That being the DCU karting team. 881, good to see them running again. They've not had an easy 24 hours, the Blue Speed Racing team running in Clubman. And really good to still see that 64 karts running. That's the Dads and Lads team. If you weren't with us in the middle of the night, little anecdote about them. They are past their pit. The car was out on track at the time. One of the team members was on the phone to a loved one back home, I imagine, and was saying, "Yep, it's not going particularly well, but we're keeping going." And there's a yellow flag out at hairpin 1. I did just hear on a radio that there's someone out there running without an airbox, so someone's got a problem. Yellow flag has now gone back in. Try and catch which of one of the carts it is that's got this missing airbox. There's the 1942. That's the REME kart being overtaken by Jack Dex Racing, 74. If you're at circuit, the easy way to spot the leader, they've still got that damage from very early in the race when they damaged their right-hand side pod. So one side of the car is all the details, all the paint work have been knocked off. So you've just got a plain black side pod that's looking a little bit sorry for itself.
Our social media stream, Andrew, has just lit back up.
Oh, good.
I think we lost it when we had the issues with the stream computer earlier on. So if you've posted a comment since we came back on even from our technical difficulties, we've just started to see your comments. So get them coming in.
Hello to Pam Williams, who's cheering on the Harry's Carriers. I think it's Louis Diamond at the wheel of that one at the moment. There's your 58 kart, second place in Clubman at the moment, coming up behind the 82 of Zoltpay Racing. We mentioned overnight, was that in any kind of reference to Hungary's finest Formula 1 driver? It is.
Is it actually?
It is.
That's brilliant.
Someone else knows Minardi and Jordan, ex-Formula 1 drivers like us, and two-seater drivers.
2004 or 5?
He had a few years.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he only did the one campaign for Minardi.
For Minardi, yes. I think he did I think you're right, 2005, because wasn't he one of the beneficiaries of that controversial race at Indianapolis?
No, because the Minardis ran Michelin's that year.
I'm pretty sure they didn't.
My understanding is it was only a 6-car. Oh, no, you're absolutely right. Sorry. It was Ferrari, Minardi and Jordan, wasn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, mate. Very good point. I forgot quite how dominant Ferrari were with that tyre war. Absolutely, yes. One of the most bizarre F1 races ever to occur. Slightly more than 6 karts took the start of this race, though. In fact, 65 of them did. As the Cosley Cougars, the number 69, 9th place kart, and perhaps more importantly from their perspective, the leader in the rookie class, pull into the pit lane. So this is the Giant Hornets Racing team to put the hammer down and try and close the gap on the leaders.
Help me, Howard. I've lost my cursor again.
Here it is, mate.
Thank you.
We have to share a cursor. The current situation.
Russ Saunders has got in touch, wishing UCK good luck for the last few hours. How are UCK doing at the moment? They are just on the outskirts of trying to get back into the top 40. They are 41st and just 8 seconds behind the number 31 kart. The big question, though, is are they catching them? Not on that last lap.
Good demonstration of the straight line speed difference there between one of the owner karts, this green-coloured 110 kart, the Giant Hornets Racing, and the higher kart, sorry, that they just overtook on the back straight there. You could see the much better straight line speed of the Giant Hornets Racing team. Driver at the wheel with a very convincing replica Lewis Hamilton helmet. He's opted for that white with a bit of yellow Hamilton helmet period that's marked the earlier part of that driver's stint at Mercedes. Personally, I've always gone with the full yellow as the better helmet of Hamilton's, but
Sam Spinale chasing down the 881. The Team Belgium kart there. I do like that Team Belgium kart. That's a really, really nice paint job.
It's nice, and it's obviously, of course, it's nice that it's in Belgian colours.
And we can see the race number as well.
Yeah, black, yellow and red. Really nice look to them as they get past the 881 there.
And the leaning tower of Hertfordshire carries on his way.
Sam Spinale, rather famous for getting his lean on, shifting his weight about in the kart, because of course the drivers shifting their weight, drivers make up a significant proportion of the overall weight of the vehicle, so very useful in karting to shift your weight about. He just got past the 881, which is Blue Speed Racing. They're one of the teams who've had mixed fortunes, is one way of putting it. They're in 61st place overall.
Good morning to Nick Carrington. He's asking how are offline 3 doing. They are back out on circuit. Unfortunately, they are down in 59th place.
It's been a really harsh 3 hours for the 717. They pulled into the pits, had an hour in the pit lane, came back out on track, and it broke down again within 1 lap. Came back in, fixed it again, went back out, it broke down again within a couple of laps, came back again. So I'm afraid it's not been the best story for them over the last few hours, but they are now back underway. The pace is good, so hopefully they can reward themselves with a run back up past the higher kart class field, the slower paced classes, and work their way slowly but surely back towards the main body of owner karts. And we should say, Andrew, I hate to rub salt into the wound in terms of the 717, but we were talking earlier in the race before we went off air last night about, I say off air, the stream hasn't gone off air, of course. We've been here with you throughout the race. Tom Butterworth took over from us. But before you and I went off the airwaves, we spoke about how if you have a problem, you want to have it in the early part of the race. Someone has a problem now, it's a
bit of a kick in the teeth.
It's a real, it kind of sucks if you have a problem now, because there really isn't all that much time to make up for what has happened to you. So with just 4 hours to go, and we're just coming up to it, so we're almost coming up to the 20-hour mark here at the world's longest go-kart track, 2.1 kilometres, Teesside Autodrome in Middlesbrough, Great Britain. Sun beating down on a track which within the last 20 hours has represented something more of a biblical nature that required an arc. The rain coming down in the early stage of the race, but now it is fully dry out there. The morning sun beating down on the circuit. Lovely view here of the karts heading up the hill, that fast chicane in the outfield section, and then up the hill onto the back straight.
Yes, do not let your eyes deceive you. That is blue sky in the northeast of England. Goodness gracious.
I never doubted it.
Your higher class leader is in the pits. The SG Petch Sprinters last pitted 1 hour and 21 minutes ago, so this should be just a standard stop. However, hold on a minute. I've just seen that their in-lap was a 1 minute 29.
Oh dear. That's not too... Well, I mean...
Have they run out of fuel?
Potentially.
Be surprised if it's after hour 21.
Yeah, that's a good 7 or 8 seconds off the normal pace of the higher karts. So definitely keep an eye on this one. Has a drama befallen our 120 kart, the leaders in the higher kart class, or could have been someone else. Difficult to say that they would have been held up by traffic, because they are racing in the slowest class out there.
68 Swindon Karting 2 are in for fuel.
They pit from 49th position. Shy and Tall Knights are still in the pits, Andrew. I'm concerned they may have had some kind of issue, the number 61. And the Thundercats as well. They're in the pits according to this. But I think that's for a routine stop. Do we know who it was who we just saw going down into the paddock there, Andrew, for repairs?
Unfortunately not. I didn't quite catch the number, but it's someone who's just gone straight down there.
Can you see what colour the Nassau panel is from the... No, you can't.
It's black.
It's a black Nassau panel. Okay. Well, the 120 kart has a white panel, but it's white because of tape they've put on the front of a black panel. So seeing it from the back is not too informative.
There is another kart in the garage already, though. Right. Have the Sprinters re-emerged?
No.
No, I think they're in the garage. I think our higher class leader is in the garage, so and this is the bit of drama that that the rest of the higher class have kind of been not hoping would happen. You don't ever hope that something like this would befall your rivals, but they'll be rubbing their hands with the chance of the race being back on.
So 3 laps is the gap that SG Petch